Hi everyone, this is Sam Enodi podcast with the people, bringing this broadcast to everyone here from New York, down to the entire world, including Nigeria, where we're focusing on Nairamania Craze tonight. We want to actually talk about what is going on in Nigeria. The redesign of the Naira, in our opinion, has caused a lot of pandemonium. We can see people scrambling to get cash. We can see some even government officials trying not to support the policy. I don't know, but from what I've seen so far, Osa,
Yes.
I have my friend here, Osa, also joining me here from New York. Both of us just came back from Nigeria recently, and we saw how everything was going. So we are on ground as well. So what's going on? What do you think? Because from what I saw, I think this is one of the best policy that this government has had in so many years. I think it's going to ameliorate the suffering of Nigerians going forward. I know a lot of people are going through a lot right recently, but they're
Yes.
not used to cashless
Society.
economy,
Yeah.
society system where
Yes.
they don't use cash, but they use a card paying
Yeah.
for everything they pay. I was talking to my friend, a general manager in a bank, 3 days ago, and he
Yes.
said if vulcanizes a car tire for 200 naira and paid with a card. So what's wrong with that? I think we should start learning how to use this card system and a little bit of cashless system to make things better. What do you think, Osa?
Absolutely. I think it's a step in the right direction. For the first time, Muhammadu Buhari, the current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has been there for 8 years. He's more like a president that is not always active. But fortunately for Nigerians, at this end, towards the end of his tenure, he seems to be making some very good and effective policies. Like this new Naira redesign policies, I think it's something is a good step to move the people from a cash economy to a cashless society, especially taking into consideration the fact that the Nigerian presidential election is around the corner. And Nigeria is notoriously known for electoral malpractices and how people exchange money during elections to influence the people to vote whoever they want in power. So I think this is something that is going to eliminate a lot of those kind of problems. But the only problem is Nigerian system is trying to switch people in a very drastic way. You don't expect people that are so used to buying and selling every day with the naira notes, cash everything, cash society to just jump overnight. So I feel it's a good thing, but the way the system is being implemented is a little bit too harsh on the people. Yeah.
No, thank you so much, Osa. I understand that anything good doesn't come with an easy pill. It comes with a bitter pill. Here, you are here in the United States. You know how it works here. It didn't just happen in a vacuum. It didn't just happen overnight. They took that bitter pill. They took that strong or hard road before they get to where they are. Sometimes you got to go through the rough to get to the better.
Yeah.
I think that's what I think because, somebody had just told me this, of course, trying to dissuade people who want to go into criminal enterprise, like what we used to know as kidnapping in the past. All
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
It will encourage tourism because where that, of course, have been downplayed,
Yes.
and all even our people from Nigeria coming back home who have been taking hostages are downplayed. People will start coming back more. I'm not looking at the very short this in benefit where you go to the bank and say you can get 5,000. Of course, you can pay something for 5,000 using your card. You can pay even 200, like I just mentioned that my friend said. So why
Yeah.
should everybody getting crazy about if I don't get this naira, the heaven will fall? and at the end of the day, you start burning your own properties and all that.
Yes.
I think it's a short-sighted move. Again, we forget things quickly. When this policy came on, also, you remember Nigeria discovered in the hands of some well-to-do people rotten naira notes in millions. I can't imagine the quantum, the amount that is being wasted there. If this money were given to those who are sleeping on the street, who have no food to eat, it will at least save the economy, right?
Yes.
But you can say, because they ask, the money is there for you. This one thing we must understand: the money is there for you. All you need to do, I want to pay something. There are certain very limited thing you can pay with very little money, like crayfish in the market. But if you want to, I was also told yesterday by someone from Nigeria. I'm in touch with Nigeria every day, that they use Okada, they use the card to pay Okada. All right, we can do that. All right.
Yes.
So if the pepper seller can have 2, 3 phones, what stops them from having an instrument where
They can make payment,
charge your card and get their money?
Yeah.
All right. So it could happen. The only people I single out here, like I say, I'm so sorry, it's going to affect them in the short run, at the elderly. Otherwise, the young people don't have they don't have that reason to go fighting themselves and cleaning themselves at the bank for not getting. You can do paper soup with your card. So why not?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that was one of the reason why there's this so much unrest in the system, is because Nigeria is a place where things don't work the way things work over here in the States. When you're doing an electronic transfer, it's almost instantaneous. There are no problems. There are no network issues. There are no bad what's it called, like carriers signals, where you're trying to do just the barest minimum of transactions and it takes forever. Some people even transfer money and they don't get it in a week. So if it was an emergency, somebody can really be in danger when you need that money to get across to the other person. So I feel before the CBN and the Nigerian government started to introduce a cashless economy, which is a good thing on the long run, I feel they should have also put in some work to make sure that they have the capacity to really move people, because Nigeria is a lot of people. We're talking about 218 million people thereabout. So I feel they should have invested more into the system where the internet will be better, where electricity will be constant, because for people to do transactions online, they need a phone that is on. So most people don't even have a way to charge their phone in Nigeria. They don't have gas in the gas station. So people are really going through a lot. It's sometimes it's easier to say, speaking from where we're speaking from, but when you really see people that are on ground, you see that their options are very limited. They don't have much to really fall back on. So I feel, I'm not saying that violence and destroying government infrastructures is the way out anyway, but I'm just saying that people are really personally, this week alone, I've got so many calls from Nigeria, families calling me, friends calling me. They're all complaining about the same thing. Sometimes it's not even that they don't have the money. They have the money, but they don't have access to it. So I feel that's something where, that's a place where they failed. They could have put some effort into sometimes you could have put it in a way that you don't even have to have internet on your phone to do transaction. You could just dial *556 something and you are able to do transfer. Like, it should be even in the rural areas where people can have access to transactions, because you cannot put everybody's life on hold just because you're trying to implement some policy, last minute policy.
Thank you, sir. You've just mentioned one very salient point, which I also agree with you vividly. Issue of information. Information is the key.
Yeah.
Education. I don't know how much the government puts in terms of letting people know that this is what they want to do, but I think they would have. Somebody spoke with me too about that earlier today. That despite whatever good intention that the government have at putting this policy,
Yeah.
there would have been deliberate effort at making sure that there's more information out there, education out there, sensitization of people out there at ensuring that this is what we want to do. It might be painful at first, but it's going to get better later. And as well, let the banking system know because, like what you're saying, the situation is not very okay in terms of win-win situation for the man on the street.
Yeah.
He also cited the fact that if you are well to do in the society over there, you can always buy your way into the banking system, and those in the banking system will help you to get all the money you wanted.
Yeah.
So that sensitization and information dissemination would have also touched those in the bank that listen, what will be good for the goose will also be ideal for the gander.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do to ensure that this monetary policy works out well for the people in that country, Nigeria, it will be level. It will be a level playing field where anybody want to. There's a wonderful policy now that says individually can now get more than is it 10,000 naira a day?
Yeah.
Then corporate maybe 500,000.
Yeah.
That's wonderful because it's going to dissuade and discourage crime. I swear that's going to happen down the line. But at the same time, like we're saying, this should have been more detailed in their information master plan that will put people at alert and say, this is what we're going to face, all right? And this is how it's going to work,
Yeah.
all right? I even see those who should be in the know. I mean, government officials, senators, governors fighting the policy. Why couldn't you fight a policy that you know that is going to work out well?
Yep.
It's not about you putting a lot of boots on the ground to fight crime. It's about certain policies because anything about FBI here is about monetary policy.
Yeah.
That's a federal crime, and which is why the BN is working with the presidency to make sure this works out well. I don't know, but I know I understand what you're feeling with the people over there. I also feel the same thing, but along the line, let us look at it holistically. This thing going to work out so fine, all right? It's going to be temporary. I frowned at my friend in the media when I was speaking to them today, and they said they are in the bank. What you do in the bank? Yeah, you can go to the bank and get little money for little things, sweet and all that. We do the same thing here. I can't tell you I went to the bank in the last 1 week. No, I have not. I don't need it. Because that doesn't mean I'm not been buying things. I buy things for my cost. I don't need it. All right? All these things, we're talking about cash crunch in terms of getting the redesigned Naira. And we hear of people spending millions of it in a party and stepping on it. When I look at the Naira, when I traveled to recently, it's an apology. It looks like a trash.
Yep.
It smells so bad. You don't want to spend it.
You don't want to touch it. You don't want to keep it.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Even here in the United States, all right, we do sometimes spray, but we respect it because the people to respect the money. You don't spray it in such a way that it looks useless.
Yep.
All right, going to party to spray and step on it does not mean you have money. Those who have money doesn't spray and touch and step on them.
I know.
Look at the who and who that has money all over the world. They don't spray and step on them. Yet they are the first record as the richest people in the world. Come on now, let us do something right. And I think this policy that is going to be right, but I want to see the people work with the policy makers, including the bankers themselves, who are trying to, sideline the man on the street and give huge money of this redesigned Naira.
Yep.
Those who are waiting to decide, make it level for everybody. All right. So this is the only problem I'm seeing.
Yeah, that is a major problem. Nigeria has never been an equal opportunity state. It's a state where some people are treated like the VIPs, and other people are just. So I think
also plays a major role in this
this
whole
whole
chaos
chaos
that
that
in the system
system
today.
is
Because
because
when
when the
new
new
notes
note
right
right
in
in
before
before
the
this
CBN received this money
money
to
to
all
all
the
the various that
banks across the country,
I
I also
also
believe that part
part
of
of
the
me fact that
fact that they were releasing money, new money to a population of over 200 million people across
across
the
the
country. So
so
that means they must have decided to put more money that could circulate at least
for the
for the time being. That's what they put out. But how come
it's
it feels like the new
new note,
note is so scarce,
yet
yet you see a lot of people have so much of it that even selling it, the POS dealers are making a lot of money right now. They are having transactions, you're buying Naira with Naira, which does not make any sense at all. You know, for you to get 10,000 Naira from the POS machine, you will be spending 3,000 or 4,000 just to get 10,000. So it does not make sense. And this place shows how much we have elites, people in the system that sit in their house and they can even have bullion vans of the new notes being
being
delivered to their houses. So
so
this
this
is the reason why I say the Nigerian state has never been an equal opportunity system
system
where people are treated based on status or who you know and classes and stuff like that. So I think that plays a major role. So if they were releasing new notes, I feel they should have distributed it even instead of giving 5 billion naira new notes to one rich politician. That is money that could have gone to different states
that
that could have
could
stimulated their business, make things make life still keep
go.
going. And another thing with part of uh,
The
the policy that I also disagree with is the fact that in every other civilized places around the world, I feel when they are changing the laws, they make a lot, like you said, there should have been a lot of sensitization, a lot of education, a lot of message about it to prepare everybody's conscience that okay, we are changing notes. And there should also be a period of time where the new notes and the old notes can also coexist. At least it could be a period of 6 months, it could be a period of 1 month. I know because of the fact that a lot of rich people have some cash stocked somewhere, so they're trying to force those money out wherever they hide them, which also makes sense. But at the same time, it's not everybody in Nigeria that is a thief. It's not everybody in Nigeria that has access to public treasury. So everybody cannot be punished for the sins of a handful of people. So I feel they should have also implemented the fact that because what is causing this whole panic in the first place is because policy states that they are only accepting new notes and the old notes are no longer legal tender, which means that people are finding it difficult to buy and sell. So if you're saying the old note is no more legal tender and you are not making the new note available, what do you expect people to do?
so
So
this
this
is
is the
what
situation
I
I
feel
feel
the
the
ordinary
ordinary Nigerian people have found themselves. So in the meantime, like we already know, in the long run, this is going to be a very good policy. I personally, I appreciate this policy because I just came back from Nigeria. I know how hectic it is. The moment I got to Nigeria, how I knew I have arrived in Nigeria is people asking me for money, officials asking for money, immigration officers asking for money, so police asking for money, and the airport workers and staff are asking for money. So it's really embarrassing because if there was really a cashless society before
before
you
before
before
you
you
start
start
asking
asking for money, even though that does not deter a lot of people in these places to still harassing people and asking for money. Personally, a lot of people in the airport ask me for money and I say, I don't have cash. They say, hey, do transfer for me, you know. So I feel though taking more cash out of the system is going to help, but I don't think it should, it requires this very drastic. At least it should have said the old note and the new note can coexist at least for a year. So so systematically, the system we have to solve the old note off the market without the common man even feeling the stain that day to day. People are dying. People are dying. People are in the
hospital, they need money to buy drugs, they don't have access to it. They have kids in the hospital that doctors transplant or some kind of surgery, they don't have access to money. So it's really, really bad.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, you just made a very salient point there. By people will say drastic problem requires also drastic solution.
Absolutely.
Nigeria is a complication of a child, or a complication of an adult, or complication of a nation on earth. You know, like you said, where do we start from? Is it from the electricity? Is it from the gas that is not there? Is it from the banker who is, when we talk about the banker, yeah, from the head, all right, because they know what is going on. There's no how you tell me bank XYZ has its new Naira design note for 5 billion out there, and none is getting to the common man in the street. And one person just, aside from that, the POS, you go there, you want to go get money from the bank, you don't get it. But the man in the street has millions of it. Where did he get this money from? From the bank.
Yes.
All right. You want to get your own money, 20,000. Somebody's asking you to pay 6,000 to get 20,000.
To get 20,000.
Supposing you want to pay for a debt, or you want to pay for something so important, you only have that 20,000 to spare, and somebody is taking away 6,000 for nothing. Does it make sense? No, that is robbery. Another indirect way of robbery. And I've never witnessed that anywhere else that I've visited, including here I am. All right? Only in Nigeria. This is unbelievable. This is something that, if it's in a very, very wonderful place where the government or the system works, the president will come out and address the nation. This is what we do. I've not heard any strong address on the people. Say, please, calm down. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. We making sure that this thing gets to everybody, and it's going to, this so time to so time, everything will ameliorate, and so on and so forth. Nobody is saying nothing. That makes it even worse.
Because
all right? It's good that they created employment by giving POS and whatever, but at the same time, you cannot alienate the general public. Like you said, this is a country of over 200 million. So the population speaks for itself.
It should.
All right? And the generality of the population are those people on the streets fighting themselves to get just hello. So it's a thing that we're going to keep discussing, sensitizing people. Definitely, it's a very bitter pill that needs to be swallowed. Though it's very painful now. The only thing I'm against is the way the officials in government and the officials in banking are handling this thing. It's very parochial. We only get to those who are going to do society and leave the other people out. Otherwise, I think the cashless system, which is gradually unfolding, will be a very great thing that they're going to enjoy going forward. It's going to bring in more investment. It's going to bring down crime. It's going to make those in diaspora a lot of us to start coming home more often. It's going to bring in more tourism. And people are going to start believing in the economy once again, that things are working. All right? But again, the people are in a very great situation that they will change. They should change things. And the election is here now. Let them vote out those who are not doing enough for them. You talked about electricity, for them to not to charge their phone. Another thing I detest here, when somebody is saying you're trying to transfer money, it's not working. I think the phone companies in Nigeria are robbing people.
They are robbing people.
Here we don't talk about data. Once you buy your phone and you have your data unlimited, but somebody is asking you to buy $2, $3, $5, 1,000, and before you know, 2 minutes is gone. And they live in Banana Island. You are there in Makoko or Agege or Clinton and paying thousands and millions to these people, and the feeding they feed some part out of your little meager daily money. All right. So I didn't say they shouldn't make money. That's business. But they're robbing. All right. They should have been giving people unlimited. There's nothing like buying data, limited data. When I go to the, yeah, those of us who come can afford it. But everyday struggling man there is trying to struggle to get this data to send POS, to send this card they want people to cashless in. It's not there
Absolutely.
because government is not talking.
Yep.
Because they don't have a government. Because they have kick and go type of government. They have kangaroo set of government. They have people who are not there to represent them. All right. This is the time to change that, to make things work for them. I want to say, I want to end it here. It's going to be an ongoing topic. We're going to keep talking about it. We're coming back in a day or two to also talk about it because it's touching not just those in on the ground in Nigeria, but all over the world. Those who are trying to travel to Nigeria are not getting it easy. Thank you so much.